Hello, everyone. I'm Daryl McCullen. I want to thank you for joining me once again for another video. This time on eBay versus Amazon and Discog for your vinyl buying needs. But first off, there's been a gap between my videos, and I want to take a second to explain what's been going on. So, what's been happening with me? Well, just life, good news and bad news. Um, The good news is my daughter recently graduated from college with honors. So now both of my children are done with college, and they gave me their kente cloth graduation stoles to display in my room filled with African art. Okay, and some bad news is that I was recently in a car accident. A 16-year-old driver hit me. I believe my car is total. And 16-year-old, I think 16-year-olds, that's a little too young to be driving. But needless to say, the driver and myself are okay. I got 10 stitches in my hand, and other than that, just resting and getting myself back to normal. Another bad thing that happened, my favorite uncle passed away. He and I were very, very close. However, I inherited not only his small record collection, but also his 1974 Sansui SP 2700A speakers. These 50-year-old speakers sound amazing. And these records and these speakers are something I'm going to treasure forever. Okay, so let's get to the topic. eBay versus Amazon and Discogs for vinyl buying needs. Now, uh, truthfully, I enjoy um, going to the local record store and finding vinyl gems. Um, be it when I go to various cities to for work, I'll stop in at the local record store, and it is great to find those rare albums and new albums where I could buy it right then and not have to pay shipping costs, of course. So, but despite this, I have been known to purchase albums from eBay, Amazon, and Discogs. So I want to just give you my experience, uh, purchasing from them. Um, eBay, everything has been fine with eBay. For the most part. All I'll say is that sometimes the sellers are a little generous on their rating for used albums. It's VG, VG plus plus cover and things like that. Sometimes, uh, in my opinion, they've been wrong, but for the most part, no issues. Um, Amazon, I've had some issues. Uh, the albums have arrived late. I mean, like late, like uh, something's going on. I don't know what happened, but it's rare that that has happened. Uh, Discogs, my problem with Discogs is that all the other places that I mentioned, eBay and Amazon, um, they have pictures on Discogs, which I love Discogs, but you have to contact the seller. Hey, I'm interested in this album. Then you have to wait for them to communicate with you, send you pictures. So it's a lot of back and forth, back and forth. It can be time consuming. So that is the negative uh, for Discogs. Now, when it comes from shipping from eBay and Amazon, most of the shipping arrived in the packaging specifically designed for shipping vinyl records. However, there was this one time I did receive a package from eBay that they wrapped in they had packaged in a Huggies cardboard box. The album did arrive safely. However, presentation is important. So, which app is better? eBay, Amazon, or Discogs for your vinyl buying needs? Um, in my opinion, right now I'd have to say eBay is at the top of the list, even though I love Discogs because I can store all my albums in there. I can see how much they're worth and all that. I do love Discogs. And Amazon is fine, especially for new albums. But eBay, I do have to bring to the top of the list because um, the pictures which are readily available of the album that I like to purchase versus Discog, where again I mentioned you're doing all that back and forth with the seller. It takes time. You know how it is when you see an album. We got tons of albums, but when we see something, we want it and we want it now. Um, and with all that back and forth, it delays the arrival time of your album. Now, Discogs gets pictures in there with the album, they'll be at the top of the list. So that's my opinion on that. Um, so I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for viewing this video. I hope that it helped. Hope it was, answered some of the questions that you have as far as buying and shipping from those various sites. So everybody take care, and I will see you next time.